Hello sweet beings, thanks for joining today. Today's practice is a celebration of the element of space, the subtlest of all elements. So in our practice today, the invitation is to attune to the space around us as we paint through the space with our bodies in movement, and the space within us as well, beneath the permeable boundary of our skin. You might notice how breath and movement create a sense of spaciousness in your body. And you might also like to pay attention to those auspicious spaces between the breaths. If you have something that you can use as a strap, then have that nearby. And if you're watching this practice on YouTube, there's an extended version of this practice on my Patreon account in the link below. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you on the mat. Okay, sweet ones, let's begin seated today. So just come into any comfortable seat to begin with. You might kneel or sit cross-legged, or you might even sit up on a chair or on your sofa. Feel free to sit up on a folded blanket or towel or even a meditation cushion, just whatever's comfortable for you. So let's just let the hands rest on the thighs or settle into the lap. Take a moment to just arrive and sense into the bones of the legs settling down toward earth. The plane of contact between the sit bones and what it is that you're sitting on. The parts of the leg and the foot that are in contact with the mat, the floor, the chair. Acknowledging the support beneath you, the steadiness of that, grounded. And the spine can just be long, the shoulders settled. Allow the face to soften, and the head just balances effortlessly at the top of the spinal column, inviting in a sense of ease. And aware of the space around you, the space behind you, below you, above you, to either side of you. The space beneath the permeable boundary of the skin, the space within you. And as you attune to your beautiful breath, perhaps you notice the space that the breath creates in the body. Perhaps your awareness lingers in the spaces between the breath. And when you're ready, we'll just gently blink the eyes open, and we'll take all of that with us into our practice today. So let's stay seated. If you're sitting on a chair or a sofa, come on down onto the mat and we'll cross our legs in Sukhasana, right shin in front of left shin. I'm mirroring you. See if you can cross the center of your shins, and as best you can, have the feet over towards opposite knees. So in this case, right foot's in front of left knee and left foot's underneath right knee. And then we'll just take a little 45-degree turn towards the left. And then let's fold forward on this diagonal trajectory. So I don't have so much space here today, but if you like, it's really nice to reach the left arm a little further forward. The hand still stays on the floor, but the left arm and fingertips are reaching further away. And you might just start to sense into the space this creates for you in the side of the body. Another moment here, just watching as the body responds to the breath and to this pose, this shape that the body is in. And on your next inhale, we'll gently come upright and just switch sides. So we'll bring the left shin in front of the right shin. Opposite feet towards opposite knees, a little quarter turn towards the right, and then just start to fold forward over the legs on this diagonal. Maybe reaching that left arm away from you. And just letting each pose today, each yogasana be about creating space in the body, the sense of spaciousness. And as we create space in the body, maybe that is reflected a little bit in the mind states too. There's a spacious awareness. And then we'll gently come back up again. Okay, that's lovely. Let's release and we'll come onto all fours, hands and knees. You can pop your blanket off to one side if you were sitting on it. And just take it easy, right? Just ease into cat and cow with me. So when you're ready, with the wrists under the shoulders and the knees under the hips, start to arch and round the spine. And as you move through cat-cow, you might bring your attention to the spaces between the vertebrae, between the bones of the spine, the joint spaces, and just looking for a little bit of movement in all the spaces of your spinal column. And you might stay with cat-cow, you might start to move the spine in other directions. Rolling the spine in circles, not forgetting the neck as being part of your spine. And this movement doesn't need to be a particular way, just painting the space with the movement of the spine. Another breath or two. And when you're ready, we'll start to walk our hands back towards our knees. Tuck your toes under, sit your hips back on your heels into a little bit of a toe stretch, creating a little bit of space in the soles of the feet. And if this is a lot for you and it feels intense, then we can start to tighten and become rigid. And that's sort of the opposite of space. So you might stand on the shins instead. Let's reach the arms overhead. And we'll cross right arm on top of left arm. Bend the elbows, hold opposite shoulders, or lift the fingertips and the forearms, intertwine the forearms and the hands into Garudasana arms. Elbows lifting away from the chest. And keeping your arms as they are, hands on shoulders or forearms intertwined. Let's turn the torso to the left. We'll come back to center, release, reach the arms up and just switch sides. Left arm on top. Intertwine the forearms or hold opposite shoulders, elbows lifting upwards, forearms drawing away from the face, and a little rotation to the right this time. And we'll return to center, release. Hands to the mat. Lift the knees, lift the hips and fold forward. And just take a moment as you drape forward over the legs to acknowledge the space behind you. And to sense into the space that you are creating in the back seam of your body as you fold here. From your heels, up the backs of your legs, down the back surface of the spine, the back, all the way to the nape of the neck and the crown of the head. And feet can stay where they are, beautiful ones, as we walk our hands forward into our first downward facing dog. And find whatever movement here feels spacious for you. Bicycle out through the legs, nod or shake the head. Maybe there's a deep in-breath through the nose and a long exhale out of the mouth. One more breath here. And then feet to hands, aware of the spaces between the poses, the transitions. Feet walking up to hands, Uttanasana. Soften the knees when you get there and let's slowly roll vertebra by vertebra up our precious spine. And as you reach the top, allow yourself to lift the chest, lift the chin, lift the gaze. You might gently press the pelvis forward and the arms might drift back, just a very gentle little standing back bend. And then we'll lift back up to center. Okay, let's keep painting space with our body today. So inhale, arms reaching up overhead. Exhale, fold through space, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, let's do things a little differently today. We'll step our left foot back first into a runner's lunge. Tuning to the breath again. And the space between the thoughts. Right hand to right waist. Lengthen the crown of the head forward. Draw the right hip back towards your back heel and turn the torso to the right. When you're ready, reach your right fingertips up into the space above you. One more in-breath. It's almost as though you're reaching the fingertips apart. Lots of space between both hands. And then exhale, right hand to mat. And any amount start to straighten through the right leg. Parshvottanasana variation. And if it feels good to just bring that right hand to the back of the right leg and just gently draw the hand up and down the back of the leg here, just as a way of inviting the awareness and spaciousness into the back of the leg. You might do that. And then we'll release. Right knee bends, left knee to mat. And let's reach the arms up, Anjaneyasana. You might lift the gaze here, look up. Looking up into the space above. And exhale, hands down and step to down dog. Let's have our feet hip-width distance apart, lovely ones, and rock forward to plank pose. And then we'll swivel our heels to the left, toes to the right, and reach the right fingertips back, up, and over like you're painting a beautiful circle through space. Right hand back to the mat, and switch sides, change sides, heels to the right, toes to the left, left arm painting space. Return to plank, take an in-breath. Lower slowly on the out-breath. Let's play with locust pose. Inhale, lift the chest and the legs and just float the hands. So there's a few centimeters between the hands and the mat. And then as we exhale, we'll release and press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, float the left leg up into the space behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot forward between the hands. Reach the arms up into the space above as you breathe in, and then we'll exhale and bring the hands down to heart center in Anjali Mudra. Let's repeat this. So inhale, paint the space with the arms as you reach up. Exhale, draw the hands down in front of the heart. Two more. Inhale, noticing the little pause, the space at the top of the inhale. Exhale, noticing the little pause, the space at the bottom of the exhale. Inhaling to reach. Exhaling to return. And then take an in-breath here. And as you exhale, let's lean forward over the front thigh, shift the weight forward into the front foot, and stand up. Lift the right knee up in front of you. Now, here's where you might use your strap. So you might just pause, find your strap, and then come back and meet us with the right knee lifted. If you don't have a strap, that's perfect. Keep the hands in front of the heart. So you might keep the hands in prayer, or you might bring right hand to waist, left hand to your right knee. If you're using the strap, then maybe you use the strap around the ball of the right foot and hold on to the strap with the left hand as your right hand's on the waist. There's an option here also to hold the ball mound or the base of the right big toe with your left hand. So if you're using the strap or holding the base of the right big toe with the hand, let's start to extend the leg out. And then wherever you are, whether you're holding the knee, holding the strap, holding the foot, let's all grow a little taller. Take an inhale, lengthen the crown of the head up into the space above you. And then as you exhale, slowly turning towards the right. And as the gaze follows to the space out to the side, or to the space behind you, you might reach the right arm back into the space behind. Noticing the spaces between the wobbles. Take another breath here. And on your exhale, let's turn the torso back forward. Let go of the strap if you're using it. Bring the hands back in front of the heart. Knee can be bent or leg can be extended. Still take one more in-breath. And then we'll exhale and release the foot and the arms. Okay, one more. Second side. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift the chest, offer the heart forward. Exhale, hands down, right foot steps back. And just as we did last side, give yourself space and time to arrive. Settle into this pose. Holding everything with that open, spacious awareness. There's not really judgment there, it's just holding it all. And then right hand stays where it is, left hand to your waist. Find a little bit of length as you hug the left hip back towards the back heel and turn to the left. And reaching left fingertips up. One more in-breath. Exhale, left hand down, and then any amount straightening through the left leg. Maybe the hand travels to the back of the leg. And just gently encourages the breath, the awareness, the space there. And when you're ready, let's switch. Left knee bends and right knee, back knee to mat. Arms reach up. Gaze might lift. And you're still aware of the space behind you and to either side of you, even though you're facing straight forward. And exhale, hands down and back to down dog. Okay, let's play again. Plank pose. Swivel the heels to the left, toes to the right. Right arm paints up and over through space. And second side, heels right, toes left. Up and over. Plank pose, take an in-breath. Maybe you close your eyes for this one. Exhale as you lower, keep the eyes closed and feel the body move through space. Cobra pose. As you inhale, keep the tops of the feet down. Lift the chest. And back to downward facing dog on the exhale. And then give yourself a moment, give yourself the space to just take another breath here in downward facing dog. And then on your next in-breath, the right leg rises up into the space behind you. And as you exhale, right foot steps through to crescent lunge. Reach the arms up as you breathe in. As you breathe out, draw the palms down towards heart center. Just 3 more with the breath. Last one. And I always want to offer a space for you to explore things at your own pace. So it's okay if you're not traveling at the same pace as me, this little person on your screen, right? So know that you always have that space too. And when you're ready to, take the time you need, take the space you need to enjoy the transitional moment between the poses. Lean forward, shift forward, and lift the left knee up in front of you. And then you have your options again. So you might keep hands in front of heart, gazing softly out into the space in front of you. You might bring left hand to waist, right hand to left knee. You might use a strap, or you might bring your right hand to the base of your left big toe. And if you're using the strap or holding the foot, start to extend the leg out any amount. And it's absolutely beautiful if the knee is bent, so it doesn't have to straighten all the way. And then we'll inhale and maybe we grow a little taller, lengthening up out of the side waist. And as we exhale, let's slowly turn to the left. And the gaze is traveling through space to the left, maybe even towards the back of your mat. And maybe the arm reaches back too. Let's take one more in-breath. And on the out-breath, we'll release and return the torso to center. Take an inhale here, leg hovering, extended in space or knee bent. And exhale, release the left foot, release the arms down. Okay, let's keep flowing. Inhale, reach the arms up into the space above. Exhale, fold forward through space over the legs. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands to mat, walk, step, jump back, plank pose, take an in-breath here. Maybe you close the eyes again. Feel where your body is in space. Exhale to slowly lower Choosing a back bend of choice, locust pose, cobra pose, upward dog, just whatever feels like it invites spaciousness for you. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog. One more full breath in here. And maybe you part the lips and let the exhale go out of the mouth. Let's lower the knees to the mat. And let's shift the hips to one side. We'll come and lay down on our backs. So we've already done a little bit of twisting today, so we won't do a supine twist today. We'll just come into Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of feet together, knees separating gently. And the hands might fall onto the belly, or they might reach up into the space above the crown of the head, or out to the sides. Holding the whole of your body in spacious awareness. Wherever the hands are, you might lift them up, rub the palms in front of your face, just creating a little bit of heat between the hands. And in a moment, the invitation will be to let the hands rest on the eyelids and chant 3 Oms. You might not choose to chant, you might just bathe in the sound of Om. And we'll pay attention to the moment that the sound dissolves into silence, that space where sound becomes silence. So when you're ready, let the hands rest on the eyelids, and choosing either to stay in silence or to join me in chanting out loud. Let's take an inhale. Release the hands from the eyes. Bring the hands to the outer thighs and gently draw the knees in toward one another. You might hug the knees in towards the chest a moment. And let the legs fall away from you, the hands rest wherever's comfortable. And just as we began, attuning to the space within, the space without, feeling into the space from which we all arise, its eternal nature, no beginning, no end. Friends with infinity, friends with space. My invitation is for you to stay resting in spacious awareness a little longer. Thank you for sharing your practice. Peace, peace, peace.